What was supposed to be about a day and a half project ended up being just shy of 2 weeks. And it was honestly really demoralizing.
So you live in the dream. You should see it through someone else's side. Another cipher to break. While the grass grows underneath my feet. Been running out of time for so long.
Fall is definitely in full swing here in Indiana. The mornings are really crisp and clear and cold, and then the days are warm, and it's the perfect weather to be doing a project. And we've had a very busy couple of days. The next item on our DIY renovation to-do list is the back door, because we found out when we took it through a car wash for the first time that all of the seals leaked like a sieve. And we looked into just buying a new door outright, but RV doors are like $600 and up. It's obscene. So we decided to just redo the door ourselves, and turns out we're in the perfect place to do it because my dad had a lot of the stuff that we would need and was gracious enough to share that with us. We are basically redoing the exterior fiberglass with a boat resin epoxy, and it's the first time Stuart's ever done anything with an epoxy, but it's going really well. The cure time is pretty long, probably also because it's really cool right now, so it's taking the epoxy a while to set up, but he did that yesterday, and we have it sitting in front of a fan right now curing, and then we're going to sand it and then paint it, and it should be good to go, good as new. And it's also going to reinforce the fiberglass because it is pretty old. While he's been doing that, I have been working on the screen door portion. The plastic parts are white and pretty yellowed with age, so I have been taping those off and spray painting them white just to kind of refresh them. And then I'm also doing the same thing with the bottom window for the exterior door that we're keeping, just to kind of make everything look a little bit newer and fresher. It's been a bit of a process, but I think it's going to pay off in the long run. It's crazy taking this thing apart how little there is to this door. It's basically just a sheet of metal on the back, a sheet of fiberglass on the front, and a sheet of foam in the middle with some 1-bys framing it out, and that's basically it. That's all that there is to the door. I feel like doing these projects has taken some of the magic out of RVing in general, because you get to see exactly what goes into constructing this stuff. And the door is not a Bigfoot brand door, it's just an RV door, and you can tell because it was pretty cheaply constructed, and we've done a lot to reinforce the frame to make the entire thing look a lot better. That is going to be the biggest project for this video, so that's what we're doing today. And I'm drinking my coffee. So I just finished taking off all of the tape from the screen door and kind of cleaning up the frame and stuff a little bit. It's still going to show its age in some regards, but this is going a long way towards making it look a whole lot better. The next thing that we're going to do is replace the screens because they're worn out, faded, starting to pop out in places. They just need to be replaced. That's what we're going to tackle next while we wait for the inside of the main door to dry. This is the side that faces what we can see when we're inside. Basically just a sheet of metal. Stuart just got done dusting it with the white, so after that it'll just need a coat of clear coat and it'll be good to go. All coming along, and it's looking a lot better. yellowed. I'd say it's a success.
I was wondering if you were interested in any of these items, like this leather purse.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I got it from Aunt Diane, but I haven't used it in like 2 years. It's
Maybe.
kind of heavy.
I do like heavy bags, ask anyone. We are going to start finishing the exterior fiberglass today. It's really, really cold, but we have the garage to work in, so that helps a lot. And I'm ready to get this door done. Hello? Here's your coat. Come on, Apollo.
You wanna work on the door?
I want to work on the door. So although Stuart followed the directions to refinish the exterior fiberglass to a T, for whatever reason, it took a really long time
6
for
days.
the epoxy to set up. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's us and nothing can ever be too easy or quick. But now we're going to just buff it, sand it, so that we can spray paint it and the paint will adhere and everything. We're just really ready to have a door again. So let's do it. I feel like it has been overcast and gray all week, but finally on Friday the sun is out. It feels a lot warmer than it has lately. Today I think we're going to be able to finish the door, or at least get the final coats of paint and everything on it, so that tomorrow, which is supposed to be even nicer than today, we'll be able to get it all finished. I'm being very optimistic when I say that because no part of this process has been instantaneous or speedy, but I'm really, really hoping that the sunny weather and everything is a good sign of more to come, because I'm very, very ready to have a regular door and not a tarp. And we have our first official coat on.
Coat number 2.
Just finished dusting on the final coat of the white, moved it into the garage so that it can dry, and it looks so good. It's going to be extremely white compared to the rest of Action, but we had to start somewhere, and it was already kind of predetermined for us considering the fact the door leaked so bad. I don't think we're gonna have any more problems after this.
You know they say to shake for like 30 seconds to 2 minutes or something? Raise your hand if you've never done more than 15 seconds at a time.
I'd like to know who hexed us, and then I'd like to respectfully ask that they remove the hex. Because every single time we think, oh wow, we've got it, we're almost done. Nope, we just walked in to look at it after Stuart put on the first coat of clear coat, and it's like reacting to the fiberglass, and like all of that blooming is like coming up through the epoxy, the primer, 3 coats of paint and the clear coat that we were gonna finish it off with. I don't get it. My dad doesn't get it, and he's like used all of this stuff to work on RVs and refinish boats and everything. What's going on? And I don't even think, I took video clips, I don't even think it really shows up in the video clip. You can only really see it with the naked eye, but trust, it is like spidered out. And it happened within moments of Stuart finishing the clear coat. It didn't look like that before we put on the clear coat. Like, it almost doesn't even look that bad on camera. It's like, oh, well, you can kind of see it.
It is really odd.
So,
I've never seen paint do that. I'm serious. It's almost like you can see the strands of fiberglass.
that's exactly what I
Almost
thought.
like it like soaked in.
And pulled the fiberglass up somehow.
Yeah.
And we checked, and like, we used all oil-based paints and primers, and the epoxy itself is like, it's just a fiberglass epoxy.
I think it might not be full fiberglass. It might have some plastic or PVC or something in a compound that makes it do something like this. It makes it where it has to have a very specific set of things and layers and
So now we're gonna let it dry with what's on there
for the rest of the night.
for the rest of the night.
For another day.
And then tomorrow we are going to sand it back down and use my dad's boat paint that he has, which he's also used on RVs, and we're gonna put that on there and hope for the best. At some point in this whole thing, I just stopped filming because what was supposed to be about a day-and-a-half project ended up being just shy of 2 weeks. And it felt like every single time I turned on the camera, I was just catching another hang up, another failure in the process, and it was honestly really, really demoralizing. Stuart and I never dreamed that refinishing the door was going to take as long as it did. Whether it was a combination of using products that were a little out of date, the climate just being a little bit too cold, the door just being a little weird, I'm not exactly sure what it was. We just kept having to basically take a step forward and 2 steps back. And for a while, it really felt like we were never going to finish this stupid door. And I know Stuart and I both were kind of regretting even starting the project, but we don't have $600, $700, $800 to drop on a new RV door, so we had to work with what we had. And ultimately, we did get it done. And now we have a really nice looking door that, even though we can kind of see all of the little imperfections and the things that didn't work out perfectly the way that we wanted them to, nobody else can see that, and to anybody from the outside looking in, I'm sure it looks great. I don't know how much of the difficulty that we had is going to come through in this video, because honestly, I'm not exactly sure when I stopped filming and decided to just get through it, but trust, it was quite the process. But we got it all done. It looks great. We have a brand new window in the top with a blind in it, which is going to be awesome because that's going to give us privacy at night and also help with temperature control during the hotter times. We have a really nice new lock on the door. It's the kind of lock I've always wanted that has a keypad and a key fob, and it's electronic, and it's just a little bit beefier than your standard RV door lock, which is a huge security thing and something that I'm really, really happy that we ended up doing. The screen door also looks great. We were able to rescreen it and paint the old yellowed plastic, and all in all, it looks like a great brand new door. So I am just really, really happy that this project is completed. I never imagined that this would be the thing that would take us so long when we were thinking about everything that we wanted to accomplish while we were here in Indiana. This door was the least of it. After doing this whole project, I can very confidently say that I could probably build an RV door that is better quality than anything that these RV manufacturers sell. It's always kind of sobering when you dig into these things and you see what exactly is holding it all together. It's kind of underwhelming. There's not a lot that goes into these doors, but I can confidently say that our door is a whole lot better off now than it was before, and it's definitely a whole lot stronger. So all's well that ends well at the end of the day. These DIY projects just never go as smoothly as you think that they are going to. It always takes longer than you estimate, and I am learning to just kind of ride that out and be okay with it. I don't think this video would be a good how-to for anybody, but you can kind of see what we went through to do it. So I hope that you enjoyed this and learned something, and I hope that you will stick around for future videos because we'll be heading back south to Texas and work camping over the winter and obviously continuing renovations in this space. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already because it really helps my channel out. I am trying to get to 500 subscribers and maybe I've already hit that by the time this video posts. And if I had, then I'm trying to get to the next goal. So help me reach that, please, by subscribing, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And see you in the next video, whenever and wherever that may be.